Good morning, students. In the last lecture, we discussed the applications of gravitational potential. Today, we are going to discuss a very important theorem, that is Gauss theorem. But before that, we need to define a term which is nothing but the flux of gravitational intensity. Okay, so first of all, we define the term flux of gravitational intensity. So what is the meaning of flux of gravitational intensity? The normal component of the gravitational intensity over any surface is called as the flux of gravitational intensity. Suppose we have given a surface ds and this is the direction of gravitational intensity E, and suppose this n is the normal component of this electric intensity, making an angle theta with the direction of gravitational intensity. So what is the flux of gravitational intensity? The flux of gravitational intensity is defined as d phi is equal to E dot n ds. So what is this n? Vector n, it is the unit vector which is perpendicular to the surface. Okay, and this vector E is the gravitational intensity vector. It is a unit vector, so we can write this d phi is equal to E ds, or we can also write this E cos theta ds, or we can also write this E ds cos theta. What is theta? Theta is the angle between this vector E and vector ds. So what is the gravitational intensity flux? It is d phi is equal to E ds cos theta. Okay, by using this equation we can find out the value of flux which is passing through this given surface ds. Okay, now we are moving towards the Gauss theorem. What is the Gauss theorem? The Gauss theorem states that the flux of the gravitational intensity through any surface is equal to minus 4 pi g times the total mass enclosed by that surface. Again we can state the Gauss theorem as the gravitational intensity flux through any closed surface is equal to minus 4 pi g times the total mass enclosed by that surface. So this is the statement of Gauss theorem. Now we are going to verify or prove this equation, Gauss theorem. So how we can prove this equation? For that we need to consider a closed surface of mass small m. Consider a particle. This is a surface which is under consideration. This is the electric intensity which is directed towards the mass. This is area ds. This is the normal component making an angle theta with the direction of electric intensity, gravitational intensity, and suppose the distance of this point M from this small surface, closed surface ds is equal to r. So we can draw a structure like this which represent us the solid angle made by the surface ds at a point of mass m. Okay, so this is the diagram which represent the Gauss theorem. How we can prove this Gauss theorem? Consider a particle, consider a closed surface in which consider a particle of mass m which is situated at a distance r from this surface ds. Let this m be the normal component to this surface, and the angle made by this surface ds at this point m of mass m is equal to d omega, which is also called as the solid angle. So, first of all, we derive the gravitational intensity, gravitational flux passing through the given surface, which is equal to E is equal to minus Gm divided by r square, where this r is a distance of this surface from this mass m. So, what is the gravitational intensity due to this mass m through the distance, through the area ds, which is situated at a distance r from this point m, mass m, it is E is equal to minus Gm divided by r square. Now, how we can mathematically write this Gauss theorem? The Gauss theorem can be written as this phi is equal to the integration of E ds, which is equal to minus 4 pi g times the total mass, the summation of mass. Okay, so we can represent this Gauss theorem like this phi, which is the flux of gravitational intensity, which is equal to E into ds, is equal to minus 4 pi g and summation of the mass, that is the total mass of the surface. Okay, so if we need to find the flux, so how we can define this flux? This flux can be defined as this phi is equal to, okay, this phi is equal to E into ds. So what is E into ds? So we can write here E ds cos theta. What? This is the dot product between the gravitational intensity and this surface. So we can write, or we can expand this term as E ds cos theta. Okay, but we know that what is this E? This E is nothing but the gravitational intensity. It is E cos theta ds, but what is this E? E is nothing but the gravitational intensity passing through surface ds. So we can write the value of this E, which is equal to minus Gm divided by r square multiplied by cos theta multiplied by ds, or we can write here minus Gm into cos theta ds divided by r square. But this term is nothing but the solid angle which is made by the surface ds at the point O, which is having mass small m. Okay, so we can write here it is minus Gm into d omega. What is d omega? D omega is the solid angle made by this surface. Now, what is the solid angle? What is the solid angle? So we can integrate this equation. After integration, we get, so after integration, we get the Gauss theorem as this phi is equal to integration of Gm d omega. Okay, so what is d omega? D omega is nothing but the small solid angle made by the surface ds. So what is the total solid angle? So we can write here this Gm minus, and what is the integration of d omega? The maximum value of d omega is equal to 4 pi. Okay, so we can write here this minus 4 pi Gm. This is the flux of gravitational intensity passing through this closed all surface. Okay, now this is all due to the small mass m, and this rigid body or this whole body is made up of large number of particles having mass m. So we can write here, so total flux due to the body of mass m is equal to minus 4 pi g, and the sum of the masses, for example m1, m2, m3 up to mn. Or we can also write this equation as minus 4 pi g summation of m. So this is the Gauss theorem, and this is the proof of Gauss theorem, which state that the flux passing through any closed surface is equal to minus 4 pi g times the total mass enclosed by that surface. Okay, so this is the Gauss theorem, which is the last topic of our first chapter. Here our first chapter is end. From tomorrow we are going to solve some numericals based on this chapter. Okay, so this is enough for today. Have a good day. Bye.